thing that I want to talk about is, you know, with RetroRocky, we saw him come into the ESFL in season 1, and you know, he didn't have as much success as he wanted to. So now coming back again, I'm excited to see him back. Now these guys are actually connected. They're ready to go. And I want to see if RetroRocky is going to be able to redeem himself. JabStraightSpam did fairly well in season 1. Now he's back, and this is the first fight for both of these guys getting matched up here in the lightweight division. And this is going to be a huge one. You got Tony Ferguson versus Habib Nurmagomedov. Man, this is going to be huge.
Yeah, man, that's such a good skill set matchup as well, just to see who can implement the game plan, take advantage of the strengths and weaknesses of each fighter, obviously, but also bring their own little touch to it. Bring the extra element that you don't expect. If you can pick Habib and you can outstrike your opponent, well, then you can take this fight anywhere. We don't see that very often, but we'll see how it all plays out. And we don't really see Habib that much, in meta. Sometimes, occasionally for the pure grapplers, but it's been a little while, at least, since I've seen him coming out. So I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I'm intrigued too, because Habib Nurmagomedov has 103 takedowns. You're like, how in the world can that happen? Well, he already has a base takedown of 98, right? And then once you add a level 5 wrestling clinic onto that, you got 103 for any double leg or single leg takedown that you attempt. However, when you do that, you can right into the guard, Tone Ferguson. Yeah. So you do not want to be in his guard, as he has off the back level 2 perk. So that's going to increase your submission offense by +2 from a bottom submission. So that's why I love these type of matchups where you got a one fighter that's great on his back, but then you got one fighter that excels at putting people on their back. So it seems like, what's going to happen? I mean, you can't ask for nothing better than that. RetroRocky with Habib. I'm excited. Let's see what's going to happen.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Red in the red gloves with Khabib and
RetroRocky.
Yeah. Retro, and then we got a Jab in the blue. But yeah, like you said, we mentioned it briefly earlier. In this kind of matchup, it's the skill set matchup, but also the reversals, the moves that they have on the ground, the counters in their picks right here. But this is a lot of trading that's going on right now. Very content to stand and plant. Nice straight catching Rocky as he's moving forward right there. Oh, sorry, I've got this wrong. Jab's in the red. Okay, this is my bad. Excuse me, guys. I apologize.
Yeah, I was wrong too, though. Yeah, it's JabStraightSpam with Nurmagomedov. RetroRocky in the blue glove with Tony Ferguson.
Wow, Retro using the full extent of the range and reach of Tony right there. Beautiful job. Wow. 1-2 to the body coming out, and they're just sharp there. Crisp head kick right there from Jab. Doing a good job with that knee. He's got to be real careful planting and throwing that when Retro's coming forward that much. Using that double jab really nicely to close the distance. But that's what I want to see more from Jab right there. That straight lead uppercut's going to be real good for him to stop that forward pressure. And he's going to have to find a home for this takedown, because he's going to need it, Boxer. He's going to need to use his wrestling if he wants to win this fight.
Yeah, he is. And one thing... Oh, look at that!
Beautiful.
JabStraightSpam ended up getting such a huge stamina advantage momentarily. He was able to get that takedown. He's on top against a very dangerous RetroRocky on the ground. You have to be careful when you're on the ground against RetroRocky, because he is great at denying transitions, and now he is in the guard, and you would think that you may see a submission coming up.
Well, he's trying to hit that rubber guard, and there it is right there. Just as you said about his beautiful transitional denials, he got one off there. Wise little move, taking that stack guard position, but unable to stop the reversal and this sweep straight into this full guard postured up position now for RetroRocky. He's going to stack himself as well, and the chances are he's not going to get caught with the same transition, but a nice little get up by Jab. Not necessarily too bad out of the position, but he's the one who took the fight there in the first place. Nice little show of respect there. Yeah. Straight lead uppercut. Talked about that. There's going to be money for him, but RetroRocky did such a good job staying right at the full extent of those 1s and 2s.
Yeah, nice job here by JabStraightSpam. Even though with Tony Ferguson, he has a 91 striking versus Habib is just 89. It seems like JabStraightSpam is doing a real good job here to stand up, and both of these guys have worn on their guys' stamina, And man, they're going in the deep waters early.
Yeah, Retro is just throwing non-stop. He's going to get a little boost later on, but he's landing loads right now. So a lot of damage, but again, the planting. Beautiful work, slight overthrow right there as he's trying to get a little rock back down. Maybe take that double leg that he got so easily right there as well. But jab, I mean, great job planting and throwing that uppercut. This is good, and this is how you counter someone that's constantly moving forward, trying to smash that jab in your face. Great first round.
Wow, that's a big, huge rock there for JabStraightSpam. I gotta think that might have won him a round. Now, RetroRocky being number 74 in the entire world, in rank championships right now, I would think that you're gonna see RetroRocky settle down, probably try to take this fight to the ground where he's the strongest, and try to do damage there. But yeah, like you said, he's throwing a little bit too wildly on the stand-up here, and JabStraightSpam has been picking him apart so far.
He's also doing a really good job of just sort of flowing as well. He's getting real loose. It's almost like he's throwing from his hips. He's not blocking a lot. He's just letting the punches fly in combination at the exact range for sort of maximum effect and maximum damage. But when he does step a little too close, that's when he's eating that rear uppercut. And Jab knows it and keeps throwing it, keeps going back to it there. So Jab's doing a good job, but yeah, that jab lead hook of RetroRocky is so quick. That lead hand is coming off so fast off that jab. He's eaten it a few times, so he has to be real careful.
Yeah, and one thing, if you're going to have a criticism of Tony Ferguson, it's his power, and his power is only going to be a 90 here on stand-up versus Khabib Nurmagomedov is going to have a power of 94. So that's the thing with Tony Ferguson, you're going to have to just box your opponent to death. You're not going to, and there it is. Another block there by JabStraightSpam, and he's pulling on the pressure here, babe.
Yeah, man, just definitely wailing on him right now. Good job by Retro surviving that onslaught, that storm, and now he's coming back throwing his own combinations here. Quick, crisp punches. And they're trading again here, but this is so much. Jab's just planting and throwing these big uppercuts, and RetroRocky keeps walking into him. He keeps moving forward. He needs to sort of sit on the outside of that range. He can be on the outside of that uppercut and still land his own shots. He doesn't have to be that close to land these punches because he keeps walking forward. He's in range of that uppercut all the time. He's got kicks, he's got knees he was using earlier. It doesn't have to be this close to land this damage, and he keeps paying for it, Boxer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's walking right into it, but as soon as we talk about that, look at there, he's able to get a rock of his own. JabStraightSpam taking this fight to the ground, and this is where you have to be careful because this is RetroRocky's world, and let's see if he decides to take this fight back to the feet, but he tried to go for the side control there. JabStraightSpam was on it with that denial. And now JabStraightSpam on top with a dangerous RetroRocky, probably trying to go to that guard position where Tony Ferguson is strong off of the bat. But right now, JabStraightSpam is in control of this match.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to remember, he was just rocked right before that with a front kick to the face. I mean, then he slips another front kick and got that takedown. That might even have been a double kick that Retro didn't mean to throw. But there, we talked about the ground game of Retro. You mentioned that you said he was deadly. He could take the fight there. And again, jab on his back as Khabib. Tony Ferguson, not great on top, but certainly not too bad. And now he's got this stacked guard position again, and he's being patient right here. There's only 20 seconds left in this round. But, I mean, who'd you give this round to, Boxer? It's been so back and forth.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, look at this. RetroRocky might get a knockout.
Oh, my God.
That made play in the eyes of the judges on who won that round at the end. As you saw RetroRocky being patient there, even though that time was running out. I mean, the last 10 seconds, he's still being patient, just waiting on that opportunity. Maybe who wins this third round is going to be the winner of the fight.
I mean, that second round, man, I don't even know. They both rocked each other. Jab got at least 2 or 3 rocks just by planting and throwing those uppercuts right down the middle. And now RetroRocky, he's jabbing in and he's moving back. He's flowing in and out. This is much better using that teep kick from range. This is much better than him just marching forward like he did earlier on in this fight. Look at him landing a 2-punch combo and getting out. Jab is not able to just stand and plant and land this uppercut like he was catching him with earlier, but this is really early in this round, so we'll see.
Oh,
the adjustments come out
there by RetroRocky.
And that's
he has to wait because the stamina.
That is the time he did stay in there and trade after that 1-2, but only because he'd thrown a 1-2, a 1-2, 2-punch combination, 2-punch combination, stepped in, threw a 2-punch, and then immediately threw another 2-punch combination, and Jab got used to the pattern of there only being 2 shots, mixed up, went straight for 4, and beautiful.
Down there. Uh-oh, now you got to think Jab is in trouble because this is where RetroRocky is comfortable. He did a great job of landing a huge hook right when JabStraightSpam was swaying his head, and Jab did a great job from getting up from a dangerous RetroRocky. Surprise there that he missed that transition.
Wouldn't be surprised.
The transition block, I should say.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Jab try and hit another takedown right here, but he's only really shot them once he's rocked his opponent right here, and he's trying his best on the feet, but that block is getting low. His head health is so low right now. A straight followed by another punch could be enough to end this fight, but he lands the uppercut because he's still walking forward, tapping this jab, and that's perfect for Jab Straight to time that rear uppercut. He's done it so many times in this fight, and he's still got caught doing it right there, Boxer.
Yeah, look at that. Both of these guys, as soon as they throw a combination, they're in immediate danger because their stamina is so low. But yeah, he's still walking right into a combination of all of that power that Habib has. And now he's on top. And RetroRocky is so dangerous on the ground. I would never want to come here. And now he is in the guard right now of Tony Ferguson, who has a lot of skills. And he has yeah, this rubber guard. Let's see what RetroRocky does here, going for that reversal. Gets it. Now RetroRocky's on top.
So patient
Last minute
as well when he's on the ground.
Yeah, nice
offensively
patient.
and defensively.
What are we seeing here? Bailing the Kimura attempt by RetroRocky.
I mean,
Is he really trying to go for it, or was this just for the point?
I mean,
for the judges?
it's a four-way.
To the third stage.
It's a four-way escape being pushed by Jab, which maybe isn't the best idea. Maybe focus on three instead. He's going to go up and down on the outside here.
Oh, he is going for it. Maybe that scored well in the eyes of the judges. I do not know
that second
who
round was close.
won in this fight. I have no idea. Not going to be trying to be judged here.
Oh,
Man, what a fight. These guys left it all in the octagon. Round one. Who would you get at two?
I mean, there's so much to talk about. So, I mean, you can't forget straight away in round one, Jab Straight did get that rear uppercut, that rock, and he powered through on that double leg straight down the pipe. We can see it here on the replay right now. These little shots to the body, this forward pressure was coming out, but there was the rear uppercut, lead hook, bam, big takedown right there, and then he got that beautifully. I mean, that was round one. Round two, obviously, we saw some of the replays on that as well. I mean, probably Retro.
Here comes the decision.
Could be Jab, though.
Oh!
Too much damage, too much volume.
Rocky. Wow, what a huge fight. I couldn't ask for nothing better. I mean, I can't wait to go back and just watch that fight myself. An amazing win there from RetroRocky. This is his first win in the ESFL. I know he's excited and he's pumped, getting wins on the ESFL. You're in the top leaderboards on rank. And JabStraightSpam, what can you say about that performance? I mean, he literally almost came in here and knocked off one of the best guys in the world, gave him every single thing that he could imagine, taking it the distance, hitting tons of rocks. That fight could have just went either way, but I think RetroRocky sealed the deal at the end with the knockdown, with that submission attempt that went deep into the stages. But I would love to see that fight again. Man, that was an amazing fight.
I mean, I'd like to see it again, just not from a commentary perspective, because sometimes you just can't score him when you commentate because you're just calling it as you see it. You don't remember what's happening. But there were some great moments. We'll take a look back at some of the third round. We saw some of the highlights already. I believe this was RetroRocky just putting on the forward pressure right here, stepping in with the jabs, which kind of played to his detriment a little. He did do a great job whipping off that lead, but here we go. Here's a little slip that misses. There's the slip on the front kick, and there's the little single leg that comes out right there. So Jab did do a good job getting those takedowns, but a lot of them were defensively. I mean, he did take rocks to get some of these, and as soon as it hit the mat, it wasn't long before RetroRocky retook position. You'll see this little sweep. Doesn't get it off there, but really easy to regain guard, and Retro did a great job playing that. As soon as he got full guard, he almost always went back to that rubber guard, and here you see it right here towards the end of the fight. Big overhand lead uppercut. Jab did a good job planting and throwing, which is what you need to do with an opponent coming forward. And there's these jabs tapping in with these jabs, big right hook, and then rear uppercut, lead left, back down, caught Jab moving out. So it was a lot of variety coming out from Retro as well. Showed good dominance on top from his back and in the stand-up as well. Just sometimes he got a bit carried away, was stepping forward with that forward pressure a little too much. And you know, some fighters fight certain ways. Jab did a good job of planting as the fighter with the more power. Plant your feet, swing as your opponent's coming in with the straight first, and then your uppercuts, anything to use that stopping power. So he did get caught a couple of times there, but that's why Tony Ferguson has that chin. Boy, you can take them shots and keep it coming.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, man, I think